Here's today's 5-minute market update. Bitcoin had a decent bounce from the $98,000 range, going all the way up to 102,000, moving up about 5%. But honestly, this dip dipped way dippier than I was expecting it to. Let's look at a couple of things that I looked at yesterday just to confirm if this was actually something to be afraid of or is just another bump in the road towards 172K. Now, first off, volume actually dropped down a lot more than I was expecting it to, which is a good sign. We saw the initial dip. The damage was really done at about 1 p.m. my time in Japan yesterday, and then it started to die down a lot, which is interesting. So we saw most of the selling happening when BTC dipped below 98K, and it's bounced back since then. Now, if we go over here to look at on-balance volume, yes, it did drop a lot. And again, this is the 4-hour time frame. It's important to note that. On-balance volume did drop a lot, but not any more than we saw back here on the 20th, not any more than we saw back here on the 7th. Actually, the 7th was way more brutal, actually, in comparison. So we're actually doing okay-ish. Now, I will tell you that if we break this support level right here in terms of on-balance volume at about 3.34 million, things are going to get rocky. Another thing that's not so great is that the moving average for on-balance volume, the white line, is starting to angle down. That's not a good sign. But this is the 4-hour time frame, and the 4-hour time frame is usually it's an early warning system. It's early and sometimes wrong. Now let's look at RSI, because this is actually one of the best charts that we can look at. Yesterday, I said that what we want to look for is RSI being crazy oversold, which it was, all the way down to 10.95 and crossing up 25. This is what I call an RSI reset. We saw an RSI reset back over here on January 13th, where the price of Bitcoin dipped, gasp, on a Monday, and then it started to rally all the way up 18% to a new all-time high. Could we see the same thing again? I don't know, maybe, but for what I can tell, it seems like the whole DeepSeek thing was literally just FUD. Even though there was a brutal drop on NVIDIA and the market has overreacted, we could still keep falling. It just depends. But the one glimmer of hope that I'm seeing right now that I really like is this. This is a TBO open short. TBO open short means that we used to be in an open long position. Now we flipped bearish. The reason why this is good is because it gives us a reset on the timeline. Now that we have an open short, now we're actually set up and primed to see these guys, TPT bullish divergence signals, which are good bottoming signals, but better than those right there, orange dots, those diamonds, those are TBO closed shorts. Those are my favorite reversal signals. And of course, after those get printed, we get an open long and breakouts, all the good stuff. So we have a reset on the timeline. So it's not necessarily going to be like right away. My guess is that BTC has had a nice bounce, but given the bounce, I'm kind of expecting it to go back down to mess with people at about 100K, but I do believe it's going to hold. On the daily time frame, things actually still look somewhat okay. It's a pretty ugly candle yesterday, but the slow line is still angling up. On-balance volume looks good. Volume is decent. It's not like this terrible, terrible event. Even though there was a crazy amount of leveraged longs wiped out yesterday on CoinGlass, we see 660 million leveraged longs wiped out. This is not just another dump, okay? This is a pretty big deal. But given the fact that so much leveraged longs were wiped, so many were wiped out, look at the price action in comparison. It wasn't really that bad. This is again giving me confidence that I think the price is going to do well. Let's look at a couple more charts. Now, of course, stablecoin dominance saw a big spike up and it hit 5.88%. I believe that that's it. It's topped out. It has been rejected. We could see it try again because if BTC drops, this will increase, but I think that's it. And I actually think we're going to see stablecoin dominance drop all the way back down here to 5.14%. And the goal is to break 5%. It's going to take some time, but that's what I think is happening next. The other thing that happened that's noteworthy is that the others chart has a bullish pennant in place. Now, this bullish pennant up until this point had way more pierces to the top side and lots of tests, but no pierces until yesterday. So because of this, there's a little bit of fear in the market, but we are still leaning more towards a bullish breakout to the upside despite all the odds. So this is actually a good thing. Another good thing, BVOL7D did exactly what I thought. It had a big pullback yesterday, which is good. Now I know alts are not flying off the shelves and they're going crazy, but this is a good sign. One chart to keep an eye on would be JUP. JUP, especially on the 4-hour time frame, this is giving some crazy, crazy moves. This is a great chart for trading. So until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.